our work. So I thought I'd go live for a bit, and just say hello to people and talk about old Trumpy, the Christmas poo. Or should I call him a tariff poo? Or non-free trade agreements. yeah, an FTA, yeah. Well, that's Donald Trump for you. And it's looking like there's a possibility that Canada ain't going to reach a trade deal with the United States. But like I said before, there ain't no trade deal to be had with the United States. It's worth diddly squat. Every trade deal that's so-called a trade deal that's been negotiated, there's still bloody tariffs. There's still tariffs. They'll the screen and get the old likes going. But you see, it's not going to end well. Not for the United States or the United Kingdom. And while we're at all this animosity between nations because of tariffs, or Donald Trump's animosity towards his own people. Well, citizens of the United States, they will remove their freedom of speech. Literally. Take away your freedom of speech. Unless you are warm and cuddly towards his regime. The more fascist you are, the more welcomed you will be, it seems, in the United States. My advice is get out while you can. It ain't going well. And no. Now, there are many news outlets that are being squeezed. You've got Paramount and South Park. And a recent episode referencing Donald Trump sleeping with Satan. Which was hilarious. It's on the lines of Mr. Hanky. Or should I say Mr. Trumpy, the Christmas poo. Yeah, that he is. Awful piece of work is old Donald Trump, and he's going to make everybody's life hell. And apparently, he ain't mentioned, He's not mentioned at all in the Epstein files. No. And it's there's rumoured that Ghislaine, or she'll say Ghislaine Maxwell is going to be offered some kind of pardon. And we're all supposed to accept that. No, you can't. You mustn't. Okay, yes, hope you well. Hello from Canada. Are you German? Why would I be German? I'm speaking some form of English. Are you German? And it's, trade deals are not looking particularly good either between Canada and the United States. But what difference does it make, honestly? The trade deals are crippling the United States' ability to make money from actual money. I don't mean extorting money from those who are buying the goods, because obviously they're the ones paying the tariffs. Internal money. No, I'm not talking about that. And what are those on the centre to the left, those who aren't MAGA? And those that are MAGA and who expect us to welcome them back into the fold if, they've decided that Donald Trump has gone too far, and they too believe that Donald Trump is a kiddie fiddler, along with Ghislaine Maxwell. Yeah, she's complicit as well. She was there, playing with little girls. Bunch of pedophiles, I should say. Pedophiles. I was watching a live stream this morning. Young lad, I think he's in his mid-20s. Full on MAGA he is. And he's just, he's a bit of an idiot. I'll be absolutely honest. He's not the sharpest knife in the drawer, he isn't. And he's just happy that, Trump's name's not in the files. Well, it is in the files. It's been redacted, you feckin' moron. Jeffrey Epstein was interviewed, and when he was asked, Did you party with Donald Trump? Private parties and all that with Donald Trump. He says yes. And when the question came to him, was there young girls present? I says, no, I want to enact my 14th or whatever, you know. Basically, it's just, yeah, I would like to say, but on this occasion, I'm going to invoke my right to Article, 14 or whatever it was. And it's just, he pretty much insinuated that Donald Trump was there. He ain't there to say no, is he? Because, you know, apparently he can snap his own neck. Yeah, right, okay. There's nothing to, you know, they don't have sky hooks in cells, by the way. It's not that easy to hang yourself in a cell. They don't have dangly lights, no. In cells. No, they have wall lights. So what the fuck is he going to hang himself off? Huh? Just lies. I don't believe there's any way that Donald Trump... I'm not Donald Trump. Maybe you would. A bit of luck. I don't believe any way that Epstein could have topped himself. I really don't. Meanwhile, for Donald Trump, he wants to, close the book on this. You know, he wants it to stop. Mustn't let it stop. But by doing so, he's going to remove your freedom of speech. He's going to remove freedom of speech from anyone who speaks ill of Donald Trump. A bit like defacing the pound, the crown, effectively. And Donald Trump doesn't want him to be defaced. Everyone's got to bend the knee to Donald Trump. So if you want to live in a totalitarian, authoritarian, fascist state, well, stay put. Otherwise, get out. Get out. This is not... Unless he's going to get over this, yeah? He's people are going to not forget about it. They're going to accept it. These people are going to accept it. You mustn't accept it. Mustn't normalise paedophilia. Children being abused. Because that's what they are. They don't know what they're doing. And some of these people, like DeFrey, who recently committed suicide. So what is it about Donald Trump? Did everyone commit suicide or fall downstairs around Donald Trump? Anyway, who have we got in our chat there? Yeah, I've been working, me. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is well in the chat there. I'm okay. I've got a bit of pain today. I'm suffering a bit. I've got fibromyalgia, my shoulders, my arms, all hurting. Is Canada not... Oh, shit. Is Canada not going to get a trade deal? Well, there's a distinct possibility. Well, Carney sticks to his guns, and he should. They won't get a trade deal. Donald Trump just wants you to open up your markets. He wants to say, okay, then, we're going to tariff you, but you mustn't tariff us. That's pretty much it. Every single deal that has been negotiated, which isn't a real deal, you can't negotiate deals that quickly, involves, like with Japan and what have you, which hasn't even been ratified, involves some kind of capitulation. Joe, I hope you're well, my friend. No, Canada's not going to get a trade deal. I don't think it is. And I don't think you need it. Sometimes you need to be kicked off the cliff to realise that you can swim. I just made that up. But yeah, I suppose it makes sense. It's a shitty analogy, but so that's it. That's pretty much what's happened with Canada. Canada's been shat on, really, by this regime. And they need to go it alone. They need to go it alone. Make it on the... They'll still sell stuff to the United States, but the States are just going to have to pay the tariffs. You're just going to get new markets, different markets. And internal markets as well. What's the point of selling all your timber abroad when you need your timber to build housing? Think of other stuff that you can sell or build. You need to start using your your mineral deposits, your resources to build products and sell the products. So yeah, what sod other countries that are making huge amounts of money off the back of you. See, this happens in many third world countries in Africa and what have you. They sell their resources but get very little out of it. Now, I can't remember which country it is. I said, oh God, I forgot his name. Oh, there's an African leader. A military leader, actually. And he is he's a breath of fresh air. I can't remember his bloody name. Oh, that's kicking me. Huh? Anyway, the thing about them is they're now building cars and all sorts of stuff. They have all these minerals and ore and all this sort of stuff. So they're literally doing it off their own back. Yeah, they're obviously importing some stuff. That's what Canada needs to do. Find new markets. Your cars in Canada, see whether or not you can get them in the EU. I'm sure some of your vehicles and what you build in Canada would be. You obviously got General Motors. I suppose you got Stellantis, Vauxhall, and that, which is Opel for you, isn't it? They're the kind of vehicles that we drive over here. We're not into all these bloody great stupid Ram trucks and what have you. We like them, but they're no good on our roads. And also, we don't want to pay the fuel. Our fuel's too expensive. Is it Epstein files, or can we say Trump files? It's a collab, all right? It's a Trump-Epstein collab. They were and don't forget, Ghislaine, she was there. She was tickling, while the other two were doing their thing. Foul individuals. I think we need to get past all this, allegedly. Let's just call him what he is. President Pedo. The pedo president. Oh, great, disgusting people. These are people's children. Okay, Shalane, what have you? She was on the street. She was taking advantage of hook, line, and sinker. Shalane was out there, recruiting young girls from schools. Talking about kids who are susceptible to manipulation and grooming. It frustrates me, but also disgusts me how MAGA are making excuses for somebody like Donald Trump, Epstein, and all that lot, And now they're saying Ghislaine might get pardoned. They're trying to make it sound now like that she's the victim in all this. The right-wing media are literally laying the tracks to make her a victim. She was the fucking groomer. It's disgusting. And US politics is absolutely disgusting. It really is. And if anybody wants to have a normal kind of life, where they can get on with their lives, do what they need to do to make a living, and, get home, have some kids and that, decent education, do what you can to get out. Seriously. Get out while you can. If you can, that is. If you've got the opportunity to get out of the United States, get out of it. I think this is going to get worse. I don't know how it can get much worse, but it's going to get worse. There's no normality anymore. And the people that are still... I know his popularity ratings are literally plummeting massively. You see, paedophilia is a step too far for most people, isn't it? I would hope anyway. And it's clear as day what is going on. Donald Trump is doing everything he can to distract from the fact that he is a paedophile. Alright? I said it. Was feck the alleged lark. Let's just stop that now. He's incriminated himself so many times now. Incriminated himself. So get out. And as far as Canada is concerned with these so-called trade deals, there isn't a trade deal to have with the United States. Not one you can rely on or trust, because they are not a trustworthy partner. The United States is not a trustworthy partner. I'm sad to say it, but it's true. You know? This was so unnecessary. All because they didn't want to have a woman as a president, and a woman that happened to be brown as a president. A clever, very intelligent woman. Instead, they'd rather have somebody who disrespects women. Those who respect women do not vote for a rapist. If you have intercourse with somebody, rape somebody, it was literally what it is. It's rape because of an age. If you have, it is rape. They're underage. There's just too many names out there now. And there's too many witness reports of Donald Trump being involved with these girls. Oh, this one's not for you, Donald. It's go through that door over there. She's waiting for you, she is. Yeah, she's all drugged up, ready to go. Crikey. And these MAGA people vote for these people. If there was an element of doubt that Donald Trump was involved, it should, not doubt if he was involved, if there was the tiniest chance that he is involved, even though we know it's much bigger than that, why would anyone vote for him? That's what I just can't wrap my brain around. They still voted for him, which makes them all complicit. All these MAGA lot, they're all pedos. Anyone who facilitates it and facilitates that a paedophile to become the president of the United States is complicit. Just are. Hello, Chrome. Don't hope you well. Boop the old like button. You just double click the whole screen twice. Click. Like it's a like. It does. It's very simple. Very easy. That it is. YouTube doesn't make that easy. You don't have to hunt around for a like button if you can't find it. That gets on, Daniel, eh? They still have to pay South Park $1.5 billion, even if cancelled. Well, they will get cancelled because of Paramount and what have you. That's what that deal, isn't it? And it's like, comedians that have been cancelled. There's other news outlets again that have been cancelled. If you don't toe the line with Donald Trump and fluff him, literally give him a bit of fluffing, well, then, quite frankly, they're going to be gone. That's why you'll be living in a state that you don't have any say. Your children will be brought up with media that, quite frankly, is all one-sided. There will be no nuance, no balance. No one will be allowed to ask questions. Totalitarian. There we come. I think every comedian should make fun of Trump, and then what can you do? Well, you just cancel the lot because he doesn't care. It's not his money, is it? You just get them all cancelled. Put pressure on them all. It's the big boot, isn't it? You've got to show fealty to Donald Trump. No free speech, no nothing. Fealty to Donald Trump. They're already working on getting rid of the Constitution or rewriting the Constitution to suit them. Democrats are bloody useless, apart from a few. They ain't. Everything's going the wrong way. You see, if it wasn't for these arse-licking feckin' Republicans in the GOP and that covering up for Donald Trump, they're all complicit. A lot of them, all complicit. It's a fucked up country. Seriously fucked up. Sorry about my language, but it's true. And it makes me angry. You had some good opportunities. It's all been undone. Your place in the world's all been undone. Soft power, well, forget about it. Everything is going to be by bullying from now on. Whether it be with tariffs or by force, everything's going to be bullying. Meanwhile, you've got Israel saying that they're going to just literally obliterate Gaza, and their officials saying, oh, that'd be good to get rid of all these evil bastards and stuff, It's what the fuck? Children and ordinary folk in Gaza are being murdered, being bombed. And American taxpayers are actually paying for the privilege. They might not want to, but it's happening. Same in the UK and what have you. Okay, they held back somewhat, but there's fucking funding. There's still funding going into bloody Israel. I didn't used to have a problem with Israel. I didn't bother me. I do not support Israel. Okay. I'm pro-life for me, okay? And I don't mean pro-life as in abortions and stuff and abortion. No, I'm pro-life as in any fucker that's alive as a decent human being should be allowed to live. Not have bloody bombs dropped on their head and have to watch their children being killed and rocks dropping on their heads. It's not just wrong and immoral. I just don't understand why anyone can condone funding it. This isn't defence. It's not like Ukraine, is it? They're defending their country. Of course they're going to be dropping bombs and doing what they need to do, drones and what have you, against Russia to protect themselves the best that they can. Hundreds of these bloody drones dropping on Kiev every bloody day. It's just, 500-600 of these say drones. They cost like 20-30 grand a pop, those drones. Whereas the Ukrainians drones are about 1,000, and the little ones about 100. Very innovative people. I find it all amazing what they've managed to achieve. They've just managed to get a multi-billion-dollar contract with the United States as well for drones. I'm just wondering whether or not they'll get paid, though. Oh, we'll just take out what you owe us. I'll be like that, wouldn't it? I can just imagine it now. But these people who support Donald Trump, these people have been covering up for him recently and over in the last term as well. When he finally pops the clogs, when his cankles explode, God, there'll be blood everywhere. Crikey. That'll be like Iron Man's rocket boots, it'll be, yeah. So anyway, when he finally explodes, are we supposed to welcome all these Trump sycophants back into normality when there's a new leader who isn't as fascist and not necessarily a paedophile sympathiser, which makes you a paedophile, right, in my book, but here you go. Well, J.D. Vance. You're supposed to just forget about all this. Are those people that'll be voting? Not necessarily this term, but next term, in the time of... Are you going to forget about the GOP and this era of Donald Trump? People are going to write about this for decades, aren't they? It's all going to come out. They'll all be exposed. People, even those MAGA lot and the GOP and what, they'll be writing books about it. Oh, I was threatened, I was, yeah. They were going to take our funding away and something like that. I had no choice. I can just imagine it. These people are flaccid. They're flaccid people. Evil fucking pieces of work who don't deserve the air that they breathe. They don't. They're funding genocide. And they're funding their own genocide as well, with their ethnic cleansing in the United States. What else can you call it, you know? You've got a brown face, you're bucketed. And those people have got supporting it. And they joined ICE, and they've got brown faces. Well, you'll be next when they run out of people to send abroad to get rid of. Fucking hell. Got to keep numbers up, you see. When you clock in, you go through your door and what have you, you'll end up straight in a cage. Let's hope. Let's hope all these ICE lot end up in The Hague. And why are countries negotiating trade deals with the likes of the United States when you look on and see what's going on and you say, oh, I don't like that. You know, where's your morals? Ain't got any. Still trying to, like the United Kingdom with their so-called blank page trade deal. Well, in fact, are we actually entertaining it? We need to walk away. And on security, we need to walk away. We cannot trust this regime. It's blatantly obvious. Trust comes with experience, you know? There was that experience. There was that element of trust with those in power in the United States. But now, like for instance, NATO, how the hell can we trust Donald Trump? He'll be holding us by the goodies every time we need a few more missiles or something. No, we've got to pull away. We need to build our own shit and say Sodom. I'm sorry, any decent Americans out there. It's not your fault, obviously. You're doing what you can. There's so many good people out there trying to do their thing, trying to shape from the rooftops what's going on in the United States. And but all those outlets like Midas Touch Networks, I don't know who else, Hawk Podcasts, Secular Talk, all those sort of centre to left leaning platforms on YouTube and TikTok, they'll all get shut down eventually. They'll all be gone. Anyone speaking out against this regime, they'll all be gone. This channel will be here, you know. It's just how it is, I suppose. He puts pressure on the organisations, the platforms, to toe the line. You know? And he puts pressure on other countries to also toe the line. Don't forget, double click the old screen for give us a like. If you want to make sure that I can see, obviously I can't reply to every comment on there, but if you want to make sure that I reply to a comment or you want to ask a question, there's the super chats if you want. You don't have to, no one has to, obviously. We're also doing a rewilding here in France. We're planting shitloads of trees. We've done about 650 so far, but I think it's actually over that, but anyway, it's about that. And also, I made loads of bird houses and bat roosts and hedgehog houses and stuff. So it's about habitats for little animals and stuff, you know. And, planting trees, that's not for us, is it, you see? It's for the next generation, you know. And we just need to. I think it's important. Anyway, there's links down below if you're interested in having the tree. So, so, unfortunately, all trust is gone. I've got no trust whatsoever with the United States anymore. I'm so shocked, dismayed, I'm angry, I'm bitter about it. I don't want to be. But when I see just simple people, just being hurt, physically manhandled, they're sitting on the side of the road and what have you, and then they get attacked by a bloody policeman, their side windows smashed. It's all against the rules and the laws and what have you, and they ain't done nothing wrong. And dragged out of the cars and beaten. And then you got ICE. How are you supposed to accept that? Tourism industry in the United States is literally dying. Yeah. States are trying to be courteous to, like for Canadians, what have you, entice them over. No, they said sod you. Mexico as well. Tourism from Mexico. Yes, there is tourism from Mexico into the United States. No, they said sod you. Donald Trump is literally crippling everything. There won't be any money to do anything. There won't be anybody to fund his ice for a start. He might think that there's money because he's doing these tariffs and, the people in the United States have to pay more money for everything. And then, yes, it is accruing a pot of money, but from money that's already in the United States. Well, I was watching this podcast this morning from that MAGA lad. He was going, oh, the tariffs have brought all this money into the country. No, it bloody well hasn't. That's a fucking lie. It's not how it works. It's charged at the border. Bloody madness. People believe it all. How many times you got to tell them? He said they're so lost. They've gone so far down the old rabbit hole, straight back up again into Donald Trump's chocolate starfish and that old suckle around the brown bit. Well, then, quite frankly, it was orange. It might be orange, actually. It might be Cheetoed. Yeah. So, you reckon so. They're just so far up there. They don't listen to logic anymore. They just don't. They're never going to come around. There's no point in trying. Pointless. All you get when you tackle them on it, all you get is a load of bollocks. Yeah, tears and all salted tears and all that kind of crap. No evidence, no nothing. Blah 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 blah. Okay, you say that China's going to be paying the tariffs. Okay. How? I've got no answers. No. They can say things like, oh, Donald Trump's not in the files. There's 100,000 pages in the Epstein files. 100,000 pages. He's best friends with Epstein. Of course he's in there. He's been to the islands, been on the plane. Denied it all, but we all know he has. We've seen it in the evidence. It's hostile. The United States is hostile. And what's he doing? Literally just pissing everybody off. Every country he trade with. Destroying relationships. Ireland now is at risk of about 15% tariffs. And it's nuts. It's like, the tariffs on the milk between the United States and Canada. Well, it's ludicrous. There ain't no tariffs, or there wasn't. He makes shit up all the while. That fucking orange buffoon, that fucking Trump thin skinnies, he's just making shit up all the while, like he did with Jerome Powell. He's trying to get Jerome Powell, the federal bank governor of in the United States. He's trying to get him to step down, to resign, but there he was standing there next to Jerome Powell. Telling them that this is what it's cost. No, sorry, that's not. Anyway, he looked at the figures and Donald Trump added an extra building that was actually finished 5 years ago. It should be enough in any normal world to shut Trump out, just shut him down. They just anger and they just hunker on down. And let's have a look at the old chat. When you look at the details, the US needs Canada more than Canada needs the United States. Yes, the United States needs Canadian resources, whether it be minerals, building the cars and shit like that, the steel, the lumber. And now they're talking about cutting down bloody trees in California to have these breaks. Donald Trump ain't got a bloody clue. He emptied out your water bloody reserves in bloody Canada, didn't he? I think in California. As if that was going to do anything. Oh, I put the fires out. It don't work like that. What did it even reach it? It's just so stupid. He's such a moron. He thinks he's an expert in absolutely everything, but he's not. He's full of shit. Meanwhile, you got the girls and people have been starved to bloody death. And now they are rubbing their bloody hands together, all those bloody arms they're selling or giving. They're happy to see his children die. What's that say about these people? A child is never guilty. They're always innocent. But no, that fucking Mango Mussolini, he don't care. He don't give a damn. He does not care about people. So I say, get out while you can, because he doesn't care about you. The country is dying. It's dying. Is that the plan? To have totalitarian control. It might be a smaller asset, but it's as he can control it, then build it up from that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he'll build a beachfront properties all the way around the United States and all. You know how it goes. They ruin a workplace. I've seen it. Oh, what have I missed? Once someone says it should be illegal to question your government, watch out. Exactly. Because that is exactly what is happening. The regime is removing your ability to question the government, and that is where it's heading. They're already talking about it. Remember, they got the House currently, so it's deeply concerning. It really is deeply concerning, and it should concern all of us. And we've got to cut ourselves off it. For too long, it's been that that crutch that has supported everywhere else. Financially, the economy, what have you, in defence as well. But we need to kick that crutch away. I see tall signs in my own state trying to not pass bills the people voted on. Daniel. That's okay. You've got the same problem, here. I am about 90 miles from the Canadian border. Our local economy is dependent upon trade with Canada. Our roads are filled with hard-working Canadian truckers. Our lumber mills are full of trees from Canada or CA, was it California? It's madness. Absolute madness. Trump is trying to cripple Canada. It's not going to work, but he's trying to cripple Canada so they can, become the 51st state. Ain't going to happen though, is it? Thanks, Rusty Strings. He's been trying to survive the next 5 minutes for 10 years. Yeah, it's literally what he does. Off skate. It's distraction. Another dead cat, throw it into the ring. Oh, look over there, there's a dead cat in the ring, Never mind the fact I've been fiddling kids. Not me, Donald Trump. Don't think shit like he is, because he knows his time is limited to fair point. His heart's fucked and his ankles are about to blow up. Spontaneous human ankle combustion. Don't forget, boot the like button. Double click on the screen. I don't think that's all done already. Sorry. Curious, same here. It's a badge of honour coming from the orange thing. What have I missed? I get a laugh out of the minions parroting. Out of the minions parroting. We don't need anything from Canada. Yes, you feckin' do. We don't need anything from Canada. Yeah. Fresh water, potash, minerals, lumber, natural gas, oil, etc. And the rest. Minerals is a big one. It's a big. I didn't realise. I made a video a few weeks back about it, or a couple of weeks back about in Canada about the because the resource economy, isn't it? Pretty much. You need to change that around. You become more production, more manufacturing. But you can. You've got all that lumber, what have you? Why not? I don't know. Prefabricated homes. There's problems all around the world with shortage of housing, and we need quick ways of building homes. You know, even in the UK, we use PEPS panels and what have you. I'm in France at the moment, but you know, we use PEPS panels. You know, insulated panel buildings, fabricated housing, and that, and then clad them on site. There's loads of like the Huff houses in Germany. You've got the lumber. I'm sure they already do that, but yeah, we monopolise on it. There's a lot Canada can do. You've got the resources. You don't need much from abroad. It's quite amazing. I didn't realise. I knew about the tit lumber and stuff like that, all the obvious stuff, and oil and gas, but there's all these minerals. Crikey, I didn't realise. You've got everything you need. And now you've got a decent Prime Minister. A Prime Minister's actually getting unlikely characters to talk to him. You know? I didn't realise, but I know now that Doug Ford is he's got a bit of a pass, and some people like him, some people don't. More people don't, I think. But yeah, whoever they are, and regarding the other provinces as well, if you get them together, so they all talk together with Mark Carney, only positive stuff could come out of that. And that's how governments should be. They should be working on behalf, doing whatever they can on behalf of the country and the people. I'm happy. I'm okay with being a nasty Canadian. Oh, you pesky and you're so nasty. Oh, so nasty. Don't be nasty to the orange buffoon, will you? No, don't. Oh, Ashley, that's why I don't like Michael Cohen pretending like Trump wasn't involved. Well, he was. And mentions the innocent people who may have went on the plane. Oh, God, see. They knew where they were going, and anyone end up on that island, I ain't blind, okay? They know what's bloody going on there. And some of them, maybe all of them, were involved. I think people are stupid. Michael Cohen, wasn't he his lawyer or something, the guy who went to jail? Yeah, didn't I say I was watching an interview with him with Michael Wolff, I think it's Michael Wolff, on Midas Touch. It was only yesterday. And he was trying to make out that he doesn't think that Donald Trump, he might not have been involved. That's bollocks. Oh, God, that's a question, Dorgo. Are Brexiters thicker than MAGAs? I think they all come into the same bracket, don't they? Well, just such tribalism there, where they just literally just hunker down into their own little tribe and they won't listen to logic. I've given up on them, to be honest. MAGA people and not MAGA people so much, but and MAGA people, honestly, but Brexiters. They're a waste of space. They really are a waste of space. They are so far up their own arses, and they ain't got a clue what they're bloody talking about, and they think everything they can just be insular about it, you know. And they're bigots. They're bigots. MAGA are bigots. They're bigoted people. They just are. When you look at the details, the US needs Canada more than Canada. Yeah, it does. Most definitely. There's a massive amount of trade for Canada. You can't get away from that, you know. But I don't mean to say it can't be replaced. I don't think the trade between the United States and Canada is just going to disappear. They'll still be there, but, you know, Americans are going to have to pay for it. Just scrolling up a little bit. What's wrong, Rachel? Rachel. I can imagine everything bloody hard. Many of us are not clueless. Many of us are fighting. I know you are. Well, there's plenty of channels out there as well, and they get a hell of a following. You know, like Midas Touch Network and people like that, you know. They're constantly, you know, sharing information, and they've clearly got good resources to be able to get relatively early knowledge of what's going on. And it, you know, 32% of the voting population in the United States voted for Donald Trump. It's not everyone, is it? It just isn't. Unfortunately, there's a huge amount of people that are literally bigoted. But I can't imagine what it must be like for decent people in the United States, like yourself, Rachel, who have to live amongst these people. It must be so bloody hard to keep stum. Or just avoid them. That's not easy, is it? Bloody everywhere. The same with our Brexit, you know. When they think they can offer us free golf balls and pretty signs and welcome running back to their towns. Oh, God, I can forget about it. Oh, bloody it was free golf balls. And that gold coin thing. Oh, my giddy aunt. It's made of iron and it's plated. The 47 minutes. I'm personally worried about China unleashing millions of drones upon smaller countries at the moment. Things will even out, but not quite yet. Things are going to even out in the United States. It's going to get really bad. I mean, really bad. But I don't think China's your biggest worry at the moment. China's at the worry. If you attack China, they'll take you back. They want you. They want the United States. They want the UK. They want Europe. They want trade. I don't think they're after world dominance or anything like that. They want Taiwan. We know that for certain. You know. But if they want to have Taiwan, well, they'll get it. They just don't want to be sanctioned, you know, especially at the moment with everything's going on with the United States. They've lost a chunk of their income. But remember, it's only about 15-60% of their exports go to the US anyway. So it's just madness. So anyway, I'll just read this out here. So is the US free trade dead? The US-Canada free trade. So Andrew Chang has explored the signs that North America free trade, as we've come to know it, is on its way out. Plus a breakdown of US of the United States. President Donald Trump's new plan to end the war in Europe. Okay, well, come on, I'll do that. Oh, that's a bloody video. Don't watch a video. Sorry, I do apologise. Where was it? I clicked on the wrong one. Canadian wine is actually benefiting from the trade war. In response to Donald Trump's tariffs, Canadian wine and spirits stores have replaced American bottles with locally produced alcohol. Well, we know about that one, don't we? Unless you go into some stores where they are Sobeys and that, who are actually relabelling goods. We did a little bit about that last night in videos. Well, leading to a surge in domestic sales. So they're doing pretty well out of this. Even as smoke from the wildfires in Western Canada obscured the outlines of his vineyard, nothing dampened the optimism of Charles Henry de Cusergue. Well, I don't know. Say a winemaker, originally from France, Avignon, France. I've been there. And he has been established in Canada for nearly half a century, and it's really been a wonderful year so far. He says. He said, gazing out over his estate in Dunham, southern Quebec, 15 kilometres from the US border. Now, since March, his sales have surged, with increases ranging from 5 to 35%, depending on the bottle. This upswing has been one of the side effects of the trade war waged by Donald Trump, who has imposed a series of tariffs on Canada on March in retaliation for a 25% US tax on Canadian products imported to the United States. So, some companies are going to do well out of this. They really are. Now, where was it? Is the US-Canada trade deal in jeopardy after Trump expresses doubt ahead of a deadline? Well, I just clicked on the wrong one again, didn't I? Read more. There we go. So, my God, the tariffs could raise to 35%. I think they're currently 25 anyway, but so they could raise 25%. But they, at the moment, currently can't agree on anything. So Trump says that the US may not reach a trade deal with Canada. Well, there's never. I keep saying this. I know I do, but I don't think there's a trade deal to be had by any country with the United States. No. It's just. There's no. It's not. None of this is two-way, is it? It's not a deal, is it? It's literally just bullying. The US President Donald Trump has said that he does not expect to reach a trade deal with Canada after he gave the country a deadline of the 1st of August to carve out an agreement. So, as though it's all Canada's remit. Usually there's two sides to a trade deal at the very least. Now, we have already had a lot of luck with Canada. Trump told reporters ahead of his trip to Scotland on Friday, but I think Canada could be one where just a tariff, not really a negotiation. He remarks come after Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney signalled earlier this week that Canada will not accept a bad deal. Also, Donald Trump expects you to expect a bad deal and rush into an agreement. And Canada is among several countries given an August deadline by Trump as part of his global tariff strategy and push to renegotiate deals with US trade partners. So there's already a 25% tariff, but this is on imports into of certain Canadian goods, as well as 50% tariff currently on aluminium and steel imports, and 25% tariff on all cars and trucks not built in the United States. The US president has argued that these will boost American manufacturing and protect jobs. You can't just build a factory just like that. That's bollocks. Absolute bollocks. The US president has the move has disrupted the global economy. Yes, most definitely has, and prompted warnings from critics that products could become more expensive for the United States customers. Well, it's already started. Many of these importers did it before the tariffs started kicking in. Warehousing and stocking up on shit. But what we're going to see is you're going to see a massive downturn in sales, and obviously people have to pay more for it. He's such an idiot. He's antagonising absolutely everybody. He really is. He's just a bloody moron. So this.
We haven't been focused on it.
The off-the-cuff
We haven't been
comments
focused
from
on it.
President Donald Trump came at a delicate moment in U.S.-Canada trade talks as Ottawa tries to stave off Trump's threatened 35% tariff on Canadian imports.
We haven't really had a lot of luck with Canada. I think Canada could be one where there's just pay tariffs, not really a negotiation.
It's the first time in nearly 2 weeks Trump has spoken about talks with his country's largest export partner. Though Trump didn't elaborate, the Carney government has also downplayed expectations of a deal by Trump's August 1st deadline. Canada-U.S. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc has pressed the flesh in Washington this week with members of the Trump administration and influential senators.
We're going to continue to do the difficult work and take the time necessary until the Prime Minister decides that the deal that's on the table is the best deal we can get. So we've made progress, but we have a lot of work in front of us.
Canada's steel and aluminum industries are already feeling the pinch of Trump's sectoral tariffs, unsure where they'll stand with or without a trade deal.
If it stays like this, I mean, we could see an 8 to 10% job loss eventually, which could be significant, in Canada, because we're talking thousands and thousands of employees.
Same goes for Canada's auto sector, which now faces higher tariffs than Japanese automakers after Trump announced a deal with Japan this week.
With that type of momentum stacking against the Canadian deal, we absolutely need to make it clear just how different trading with Canada is.
Bottom line, no one knows what the trading landscape will look like next week, next month, or next year. But the first batch of trade deals signed by Trump with other nations suggests some sort of tariffs are here to stay, whether negotiated or simply imposed. Jackson Prosco, Global News, Washington.
So it's going to make things a little bit harder, isn't it? It just is. But it's that's what he's just got to. You got to pivot away from trading with the United States. It's going to be hard because they're on the bloody doorstep, aren't they? They're your closest trading partner. We did it to ourselves with Europe in the UK, with Brexit. We haven't recovered. UK's economy is shit. It really is bad. We don't have enough money coming in to fund the services that are provided to people, so it's like, more debt. But Canada needs to go full on, with its resources. Go full on with its resources, manufacturing, exports. You have what everybody else wants. It's just true. A slow pivot, but it's happening, yeah. It's happening. Your actual wage increase, your exports went up. The dollar it's gone a bit funny at the moment, but it's the Canadian dollar. It's on the right. It's actually the US dollar stabilised a bit at the moment as well. But other countries, Europe, for instance, is going to want to trade with Canada. And they want to trade with reliable partners. Especially Europe, If you look what's going on in Europe at the moment regarding the United States, you've got France, for instance, is attacking. They're investigating Elon Musk, criminal investigations against Elon Musk. You've got the European Unions with their what's it called again? Digital Services Regulations, I think it is, or something like that. They're looking into Elon Musk and others, and Mark Zuckerberg, and then you've got this AI crap. That's going to damage industry big time. Whole sectors are going to be wiped out by that. They've destroyed YouTube. YouTube is shit now. My feed on there is absolute rubbish. I mean, it's just, I'm getting so much flicking AI crap. And as soon as I realise it's something's AI, I just click past. It's such bollocks. All these people who just talking over something, they're putting videos up. It's just content with no substance. It's pointless. I was in Toronto yesterday. Oh, gone dark. There we go. I was in Toronto yesterday. I came home with tons of British sweets I have never seen in Canada before. That's pretty cool. Estates start threatening to join Canada in a serious way. Imagine Gavin Newsom making a trip to Ottawa for Fox 2's with Cooper Cirque. Wouldn't they just? Well, you could actually have a statewide free trade deals, couldn't you? That is possible. Yep, Rome wasn't built in a day. It was a long marriage to the United States. Sorting out finances and finalising the divorce will take time. It will. But this has been imposed upon you as well. You know? It wasn't necessarily originally your choice, but I think it all makes sense now. I think they're probably done you a favour. It's going to take a while, though. It's not going to happen straight away, as you say, but, you know, I think you're going to see some marked changes in the way that Canada trades. There'll still be a resource economy as a majority, but it's just I'm hoping you can swing it around in more manufacturing. I really do. Become a powerhouse, and I think you can. Hello, Jack. AI gets yes, all platforms is garbage. It is. Oh, I didn't know that. You got a rail corridor to Mexico. That's pretty cool. Hello, Terry. Hello, Steve. They are taking a walk-in tour of videos, and others cutting them up, adding AI. Yeah, getting more views than the creator actually went them. Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and they're so quick to make as well, aren't they? You know. I just thought it's got no substance. No substance. I keep getting this panda coming to my feed, right? I can see it's AI. Oh, this is what you need to see today, is cute panda. I thought, it's not a panda, that's AI. What's cute about AI? That's bollocks. You know, it's not the content you can imagine the kind of stuff I'm constantly reading or watching. But they still keep feeding me this other shit. And I'm not interested. I'm sort of this close to giving up on YouTube anyway, you know. It's just finding it hard to, you know, make a scratch and what have you. You know, it's constantly okay, I've got my other work, been building a door. But when you sort of spend a lot of time on something, it's hard to let go anyway, to be honest, with something that you've been trying to build up, even though it's been struggling. But it's you do wonder why you do it, and when you know full well they can just shut you down just like that, you know. And because effectively they're suckled onto Donald Trump's chocolate starfish, aren't they? You know, ABC and all that, Alphabet. So they could shut us down any moment, you know, not just me, but other channels as well. Just speaking out against, Tangerine fucktard. It's madness. If anything, it seems like the platform's owners try to figure out how to make it as unhealthy, that's a good point, and awkward to use as they can, and it's certainly unhealthy. You know, I try and find a lot of like news type content or real life stories and stuff like that in my feed. That's the kind of stuff I'm looking for. Or woodworking videos. I'm interested in that as well because of, you know, but everything. I don't need to see dancing. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in music clips and that. You know, definitely not interested in AI or dubbed content. It's so lame. It's not for me. Yet they still feed me with it. I'm just sick of it. Canada My Home says I gave up on social media, and all I do, it's just now YouTube. I get that, but that's going the wrong way. I've got my woodworking channel, which I want to put more effort into. So I might have to take some time out, not time out, but slow down on this one. Because I spend more time on this, but get less out of it. What I mean, this makes me angry. This channel makes me angry. Following the news constantly makes me angry. And I don't want to be angry. I like taking the piss out of things. I'm a bit of a joker. I like to have fun. But I think because I'm concerned, I'm worried about stuff, I'm worried about the future for my grandchildren, I'm worried about the planet. I'm worried about how things are going to pan out for everybody, really. Because not enough people take notice. So it does make me angry. So drill, baby, drill. I thought, you fucking moron. Someone drill your brain, take the pressure off it. Canada will hopefully become an extension of Korean and European arms manufacturing, and we have the technology, skilled and educated population, and the infrastructure, and obviously the resources. Yes, I heard of Gander. My sister will be. Oh, my sister will be. Okay, what have I missed? I used to see more quality 10 years ago, yeah. A lot of it's just done for reaction, isn't it? It's very reactionary, a lot of this stuff is. Oh, Rusty. I still won't let the bastards wear you down. They do wear you down. I can't deny that. It's not the size of the channel, but it's the fact that we can still commiserate together despite their actions. That is true, but I do spend a lot of time on this channel, so I hope to be able to get enough views so I can actually get a little bit of money from it as well. Because we don't have a lot of money coming in. And I have fibromyalgia, so I was hoping that I could be able to build up the channel so I could take over a little bit. Because there's some days, like today even, I'm really struggling. I've got I get a lot of muscle pain. And also brain fog as well. That's probably the most annoying thing is brain fog. There's times, like for instance, even when I'm doing this, I'm trying to think of the word, I can't think of it, and I know what it is, but I just can't get it out. That's hard to explain. But it's so I was just hoping to be able to build the channels up, but I ain't got a lot of hope in that, to be honest. I mean, I've been doing this one for a few years now, and it's slow going. It's very, very slow going, and it's so I don't know. The views are very, very unreliable. And I've noticed since I've been doing more about Trump and what have you, the views are even worse. I get a lot more views on my woodworking channel than I do on this channel. Not because the videos are better, but because I just do. And it's how about if you want to try and get a little bit of money from YouTube for it, in the day you are providing YouTube with the content. It'd be quite handy to be able to, pay for shit, pay for the kit that I've bought to do this and shit, It's like the camera I use when I do my videos and that, it's $1,000, I don't earn that much from it. It's just silly. I could just use the phone and what have you, but it doesn't have the dynamic range. Here, there we come. I need a beginner woodworking channel. I could do that, actually. Or I could incorporate that into a regular video. I do actually do a lot of beginner stuff on there, but it's a bit kind of mixed up, if it makes any sense. Maybe I need to actually... A separate channel might be quite a good idea. To have quite like that idea. I've got another channel called Cut Crafty, which I could use that even. That's got nearly 1,000 subscribers on there. Yeah, I could do that. A beginner's woodworking channel. simple projects. I quite like that idea, actually. That's quite good. Sort of starting out with nothing, making stuff out, you know, pallets and stuff like that. Really simple stuff, but a little bit of care. Cause there are channels out there that are woodworking channels that are simple, but they're a bit rough. It can be simple and, you know, reasonable quality, can't it? You know, things you can do to get different finishes. I had to make a bird box. There's videos on this channel me making bird boxes for woodworking. I actually might be doing that on here actually as well. I'll talk about politics, but I've done it before on here, bird boxes and bat roosts and stuff like that, because we've got a load more to make. I've done about 30, around 30 odds, if not more, bird houses here. But I'll do about 60 to 80 odd, you know, provide habitats. And also do some little mammal boxes as well. Give us CDT lessons. Could do that. I need to learn how to use a French measuring tape, or a metric one. The tape itself is pretty much the same. Apart from they go backwards. My UK tapes, you press the button, when you press the button in, you lock it. But the French one's like you pull it out and it stays put. They press the button and it releases it. Short projects, home repair would be great. I could incorporate a lot of stuff in the channel I've got already, to be honest. I think the internet's ruined the world. I think social media, it's not in there. It's been ruined. It's a bit like capitalism. I don't believe it's capitalism's a problem. I believe it's greed. You know? And this, what's it, short attention span people have got. You know, I think it's a bit of an issue. We used to care about stuff, you know, care about, like music, and for instance, we used to strive to get we'd listen to music that'd be either on vinyl or have it analog, and we'd care about how it sounded. These days, people just listen to music on their phones and shit, you know, digitized, and, you know, using Bluetooth headphones, which destroys the audio, and it's just spoiling it. It's not as it's meant to be heard, if you know what I mean. Try metal detector. I can't do that here. You know, I've got a metal detector actually. Got a metal detector. But the problem here in France is, if you find anything, it belongs to the state. Okay, you can't own it. Also, you obviously got to have permission. That's fair enough. But you also got to have permission from your mayor, your council, to actually metal detect in certain areas. So there's some very, very strict rules about metal detecting here in France. I have looked into it, actually. The US needs to overhaul their constitution and politics, which is extremely outdated for modern times. It does, but they're not paying attention to it, are they, at the moment? They're only paying attention to the Constitution when it suits them. Otherwise, they're just using the Supreme Courts, which are, well, being bought basically by Trump. House refurbs would be very beneficial to us all, like how to remove and fix skirting boards, hang doors, lay flooring. Yeah, it would actually. And also how to make something now, nothing like how to make materials you could use to make a door out of and stuff like that, you know. Whether it be, floorboards, all sorts of shit, can't you? You know. Scribing in skirting boards and doing the internal cuts, because people think you do might on the internal cuts. You don't use scribe your internals when you're doing skirting boards. Otherwise, you're looking down the old 45 and it looks gappy. I understand Canada, my home. I've what's the time here? Oh my God, I might have to clock off in a minute. I've learned quite a bit about online, including videos here. Most of the time, I'm probably just messing around. But when I take an interest in something, the internet is there to help. It is. There's a lot of information out there. Good information as well. There isn't all this madness and stupid shit. Stuff that has no value. Just time wasting, isn't it? You know, when you're doom scrolling and stuff like that, and it's just all this shit in your feed. And it's so annoying. And it don't go away, does it? Can you build a Donald Trump brain out of wood? Oh, what timbers can be orange, oxidised? That's not a lot of timber, is it? You can have all these little sections with like, I could use the lasers and what have you in my CNC machine to actually just, put little terms and words. And this is the non-cognitive, and this is the singular brain cell, just in the middle for, just for function. You can't turn wood into pudding. You could try, it'd be a bit, it'd be indigestion, I reckon. In my own e-bike mechanic, thanks to no small part to how-to videos. Oh, cool. That's pretty cool. I'll be wanting an electric bike. And I've been looking at either converting our current bikes. My bike is a bit tricky. It's a 26-inch wheel mountain bike, Univega. That's a good bike. But it does obviously fit a back wheel too. I couldn't do. Could be underslung, but it fit back wheel to. Then obviously you need a battery. You need you have the kit with the programmer, mate, don't you? And the computer, all the cabling. Could easily do that. So either that or buying a bike complete, but I don't really want to do that. For start, they're expensive. For stuff half decent. And also I think it'd be quite fun to build. The internet has done a disservice to the young. Is it I don't think it's the internet, is it though? Is it the internet or is it the people who bloody well run it? You know, you get Mark Zuckerberg, what's he interested? He just want to grab your attention for as long as possible. So you're watching for as long as possible so they can apply as many adverts as possible. They just want more bums on seats. That's what they want. More interaction. And then they can charge more for advertising. But I feel that the quality of content is taking a massive dive, especially with AI. You know, there's a lot of people out there just pick up the camera and do a lot of videos and stuff like that, and just show people how to do stuff. That's fine, you know. That's good. You know, as long as the information's there, it's good. But then you got all this bloody dance shit. You know, a lot of it's just regurgitated. It's not even their content. Did you know that billionaires are insecure? Yes, they are insecure. They're frightened. They are absolutely petrified they're going to lose their money. So they do everything they can to hold on to it for as long as they possibly can. Greedy fucking assholes is what they are. Our farmhouse was a French community, and all the light switches were upside down, and the taps were opposite. We have our hot on the left here, generally. In Europe, in France, it's on the left. The thing about France is they went for a period where there was no standard. There was no standard. Regarding water, electric, all that stuff, there was no standard. But that has turned the corner. Like the UK, hot is on the left. Hello in India, I hope you're well. Did you know, my mother was from India. She came over in the 60s. My mum was about quarter Indian, so it makes me about eighth Indian, I suppose. Yeah, tell me all stories and what have you from her past. Yeah, from her childhood and that. She's gone now. She's died several years ago. She was only 51 when she died. Isn't his brain already made of wormwood? It's rotten, is what it is. It's rotten to the core. Yeah, rest in peace, Ozzy. Yeah. And what about Hulk Hogan as well? He died the other day, but again he's a fascist. So yeah, I like how-to videos because they are very useful. There's some really interesting stuff. I like things that provide information that you learn something from. Not just entertainment, but, you just learn something. I have a YouTube channel and 1 subscriber, as the world hates me. More than DJ Trump. I don't hate you. Yeah, billionaires should not exist. Nope, they shouldn't. Can you bottle dig? I don't know what a bottle, but what is a bottle dig? I love metal detecting. Been doing it for years. Yeah, I got quite a nice little metal detector. It's alright, These days I just use it to find nails and wood. I keep saying I will make a channel, but I do crafts instead. Just click record. Sometimes you don't even need to say anything. Some people just like to watch. You get it, especially on lives and stuff like that. People just like to watch you do stuff. There's quite a cool little guy. He's called the Paper Engineer, and he makes like a lot of models out of just paper from scratch, paper and card. Yeah, he's an old guy. He's a bit of a character with a ponytail, and he does a lot of spaceships and stuff. Like science fiction. Star Wars and Star Trek, all that sort of stuff. It's really cool stuff he makes. Just out of paper. It's really clever. Really clever. And people watch him. He's live quite a bit as well. He's not a huge channel, but he just loves it. He's just such a character. So and hell of a skill. Hell of a skill. I like to see it anyway. Just press record, channel my home, Canada my home, sorry. Press record, that's all you got to do. New Sean Foote, an American Christian singer, songwriter, former worship leader, Bethel Church, is in Canada doing 3 concerts. He is a far-right Christian nationalist and a major MAGA force. Oh my God, I didn't know that. What's his name again? Sean, I can't say it, Foote. Someone else could do a channel. Zombie Trash. I paint miniatures, that's pretty darn cool. I could just imagine the camera, you don't even talk. I could just imagine the camera being close up what you're doing and just painting. People seem to like to watch stuff. It's therapeutic for some people. It's a bit like this ASMR, isn't it? Where people are whispering. And Robin Banks is a crafter as well. Blimey. You all sound like people I'd be interested in. I love making shit. I'm making things, like pulling things apart, see how it works, all that sort of stuff. I just, I've done it all my life, making things. Just have. Whether it be electronics, whether it be woodworking, obviously, it's my main thing. Model airplanes, I fly model airplanes and drones. And I love free flight, so anything free flight from a frisbee, a boomerang, all that sort of shit I like making. Yeah, it's just fun. It's just fun. I know Gary. I spoke to him before. Gary Economics. He's a good guy. He's ex-trader. He still trades, that to be fair, but he's Gary Economics. If you want to know anything about economics, he's very anti greed. He's a clever lad. He's his channel has gone leaps and bounds. It has, and he's well, yeah. If you want to know about economics, he looks at it from the other side, and he's very good. I watched a guy from Finland used to use the fold system building his house by himself. Wow, that's pretty cool. Oh, I see it. So that Christian geezers, a lot of his permits are being cancelled. Good. You don't want them anywhere near you. When people have such incredible wealth, it's tough for them to stay grounded. Well, then look at Jeff Bezos, and then there's Katie, whatever's her name, going up in that bloody rocket and stuff. Well, it's so fucking, it's pathetic. And then look, Jeff Bezos in his wedding, it's so ostentatious, so over the top. It's just pathetic. It is pathetic. See, people out there, they're struggling while these people are sucking, they're bleeding the system dry. They just are. And it's very noticeable when you don't have any growth. Oh, what have I missed? There's a chat there. What have I missed? I didn't see it. I'm very sorry. Or was it further down? Oh, it's there. Hello, 88BT3. I hope you're well, my friend. Can't see in G-code G28. Oh, G-code? Are you talking about lasers? Lasers and CNC? And coffee. Thank you, my friend. Folks need to stop thinking billionaires are intelligent. The billionaires aren't actually doing anything anymore. They're only as good as the people they've got doing the work for them. But when you get to that stage, you're not doing anything. Elon Musk ain't doing anything. Jeff Bezos ain't doing nothing. They just cause mischief. Eat the rich! We don't need them. Eat the rich! Well, look what happened in France, we had the rebellion here, Chop off their heads! And eat what's left. Eat the rich. So Trump is the new, or Rump, the new movie, Dumber and Dumbest, where Trump plays Harry's uncle, Daddy. President Dum Dum. That he is. It's the people who run it. There we go. Says Joel. I think you can own. I think if you can own all spaces, yes. For instance, they all got monopolies in it. Look at Mark Zuckerberg. He's got Instagram, he's got WhatsApp, he's got Facebook, and a few others, It's a monopoly. Every time we touch the screen, and I'm touching. Touch. I got 90 likes there. That's very nice, thank you. My bike wasn't too expensive, but if you're handy fellas, so converting a bike to electric won't be. I can easily do that. That's not a problem. It's getting obviously the right kit. There's a kit for sale here on Le Bon Coin, which is like a second-hand, sell your stuff online. So it's a brand new kit, but it's a 1,000-watt kit. I don't know if it's going to be a bit much. It's about 150 quid for it, 150 euros for it, which is not a lot of money really. Still need the battery, mind. That's a 26-inch wheel with the motor built into it. I know a billionaire that was savagely beat regularly by his parents. Bloody hell. Oh, I've watched that. South Park. Brilliant. It reminds me of Hanky Poo. Mr. Hanky. Or it could be Mr. Trappy. The Hanky Poo. Oh, no. It's just... Yeah, that was funny. Sleep with Satan. That was brilliant. That was really good. Shoved in a boarding school at age 5 and attended the private Stanford University. Crikey. Yeah, do that, Kerry. Yes, watch South Park before it gets cancelled. It's relaxing to watch people work, isn't it? Yeah, there's something about it, actually. I quite like it. I quite, people making stuff, creating something. And, I like creating something from nothing. There's like, in this room here, everything here was recycled, pretty much. All the boards on the wall over there were recycled. All the materials I used to build the room, all recycled. Actually, the only thing I bought was the timbers for the joists, for the ceiling. All these shingles here were recycled from what we call village here in France. They're literally the end cuts of each end of a board. Last summer, I printed T-shirts with Conservatives love freedom on the front, flat earth politics on the back, and I wear them all the time. It's pretty cool. If other countries want Canada to thrive, I hope they trade with us because we offer what the US offers our exports and we are trustworthy. Well, that's already happening. There's been some quite nice negotiations and conversations between Mark Carney and the European Union, Maros Sefcovic and von der Leyen. It's positive stuff. Do you have to pay to watch South Park? There's loads of clips. No, I don't think so. If you go onto YouTube, there's loads of clips on there. I like odd content like lubricating the tram in Prague and stuff. Yeah, that's quite cool. That's pretty cool. I watch some live content like some Asian wood shops and stuff and timber yards. They're so dangerous. It's quite fascinating to watch. In their sandals. It's see how the other side of the world does it. Oh, that's pretty cool, Von Creel. So since I look up watch repair as a hobby, I'm more willing to take on mechanical things in general. That makes a lot of sense. I don't think I could do it with my hands. I struggle with modelling, to be honest. Not that sort of modelling, no. I mean, like radio control aeroplanes and stuff. Crikey, you've been gaming since the 80s. Was it ZX Spectrum? My dream is to have a shed in the garden for me to make stuff. Well, I'm quite fortunate. I've got my workshops here. So, it's taken a while to get into the state they're in. I've got a good array of hand tools and machines. So I'm quite fortunate, really. Oh, that's pretty cool. Robin Banks saying, I'm currently making a SpongeBob and Patrick stuffed toys from upcycled denim. That's pretty cool. Joe. Good afternoon, everybody. Sorry I could not interact. No, you're right, my friend. You're busy, you're probably working. You did keep Mags away. Thanks for that, my friend. If anyone didn't notice already, Joel's got his own channel as well. He's very, very well read and a very clever chappy. And he's a good guy. I like good people. Do you know what? Whenever I go anywhere, I say this to Caroline all the time, I like happy people. Do you know what I mean? You go places and you meet people and they always got a smile on their face. You know, I was having a lot. We went to the shops this morning, bought some food. And Caroline didn't realise she put all the carrier bags on top of stuff we put in the trolley, in the front part of the trolley. And we're going through the checkout, and she's got to put it on the checkout, you pay for it. Everything else is on there, it's all piled up, you know. We've got quite a bit today, because we've got the grandchildren with us. And we go through, I noticed that she forgot it was about 3 items underneath these bags. So I took the bags out, and I go, fall! Just accusing her of being a thief. And it's just having a bit of a banter with the girl on the checkout and that, you know, and had a bit of a laugh. And it's just fun, you know. And it's nice to see people with a smile on their face, just lighten their day a bit, don't they, you know, especially people working on a till. It can't be easy working on a till. You must get some right grumpy old buggers. You know, you do. I know you do. Glass blowing is cool to watch. That's so skilled. It really is. We used to have a place called Langham Glass in the UK, not far from where I used to live. They went bankrupt, unfortunately. And they did some fantastic stuff. And another one's Caithness Glass. And it's crazy what they can see now, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go and actually do some work. Thanks to Joel Mavia for moderating the channel. Much appreciated, my friend. And I'm going to actually do something else. Don't know what yet. I don't know whether to make some videos, probably from a woodworking channel or not. I don't know what we're doing in a minute. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm mumbling. Toodaloo. Have a lovely day. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.